I'm the one who gon' ride.
My name is Gohan Imperial. I'm from San Diego, specifically South Bay. Born and raised here.
My name is Bryant Jordan. I'm an artist from San Diego, and I make music.
Tell us about your music.
I started off making a lot of old school R&B, and just recently on this album, I started to venture off into something more hip-hop-ish, so something more South Bay, something more West Coast. And yeah,
I'm very inspired by a lot of like R&B-ish, but as of late, I've been working on a lot of South Bay hip-hop, more of like the trap scene, and I feel like the way that I'm able to like mesh both R&B and trap together makes it much more enjoyable for me. It's kind of like a hybrid. Yeah.
What's your next album?
Our next album is called South Bay Soul, and it's kind of like exactly what you expect from the title. It's both South Bay, like West Coast type of vibe. It's very soul inspired. It's like a lot more R&B-ish, a lot more melodic. I feel like the intention behind every song is much more present compared to a lot of like what we used to work on. So, yeah.
The next album we got coming out, it's gonna be me and Bryant Jordan. It's gonna be called South Bay Soul. The album's gonna be sick. It's gonna be that South Bay sound, that West Coast sound, and it's gonna be great.
Wait, what's your favorite 2 tracks and why?
Off the album, my first favorite track would have to be South Bay Anthem. I feel like that one, we had a lot of confident energy. Anyone from South Bay who listens to it, or even just San Diego in general, it'll make them proud to be from here. So also Ain't Trippin', that one was produced by John Galacio. That energy on that song is just really high, really confident. And, you know, I hope that it makes other people confident when they listen to it.
The first one is Time For You, and I feel like the reason I chose Time For You is it related to a lot of what I'm personally, what I personally went through before. And I feel like a lot of what I intended within the music kind of hits more. And it's more on the sentimental side of the album, so yeah. The second one is probably By Tonight. That's also one of our more slower songs, but it's like really smooth. And I feel like being able to kind of mesh that slowish, but like, you know, still vibe, you know, still like smooth, like that type of energy. Like that's cool to like mesh.
What did you learn from this process?
I really learned how to not overthink when we create and when we write. I didn't start music writing until this year. And, you know, what I learned from it is to not overthink your lyrics. So just to let it flow and just to let everything flow in general when you're thinking of melody or lyrics. Just as long as you're flowing and not overthinking or trying to force it, you'll get something big.
Something I learned was creatively, I learned that I work well under being impulsive within my decisions. And I feel like me and Gohan, since we're both Geminis, we kind of feed off of that type of energy. We used to like, you know, really plan out like ideas, and then like sometimes we would overthink it to the point where like it just doesn't hit anymore. But when it hits in the moment, we impulsively do it and it feels good, and then we just run with it for the rest of like our work. But, yeah.
What are your intentions with the album?
Just to spread our energy to as many places as possible. All the money and stuff like will come later, but in reality, it's just getting our name out there and for other people to like really tap in with our frequency.
With this album, I really want to put ourselves out there, and I want to really represent who we are and what South Bay is, and, you know, what we're about and what our morals is. And I really just want to give people something to listen to that they could relate to, that they could feel with their heart, and that they can listen to no matter what situation they're in, because it's a pretty diverse album. So we hit the jack of all trades and all of our emotions. So
all right, January 1st, 2022, New Year is going to be South Bay Soul releasing on all platforms. It's going to be Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all other places, SoundCloud. Go listen to it. It's going to be a whole new different wave of type of music that me and Gohan are going to be making, so don't miss out on it.
South Bay Soul coming out January 1st, 2022 for the new year. We're going to be coming out strong, so you guys better give it a listen. Don't let this become a flop. We put our all into this, so hope you guys enjoy.
If you gon' ride for me, you've been telling me you want it, yeah. Why you playing? Come and get it if you want it, yeah. I don't got a lot of time, so come get it, yeah. Girl, you talking way too much.